Hello everybody. In this video we are going to add a timer to our game, and we will limit time because in this level we will set some time duration. So before that time we have to reach the finish point. So let's write our first script. So we'll go to scripts folder. I have created this one, and we will create our script. Create C# script, and we can name it for example time limit, or whatever name you can assign to this script, and then we will open this script. Also we will add a UI element text to our UI, which we will update with our script. So let's wait for some seconds. Okay, so first of all, in these namespaces we will create a new we will add a new library using Unity engine dot UI, because we will display our text from UI. So then here we will create our variables. So first variable we will create float, and we can name this variable current time, and then we will assign the value 0f. okay. After that we will create a public variable so that we can manipulate this variable from Unity editor as well. So we will assign public float, and then we will name it starting time, and then we will add another variable which will be a text variable. So T will be capital for text variable, and we will say count down text, or whatever name you can assign as per your own priorities. Then we will add a public game object variable, and because we want to display a pop-up screen if our player didn't reach before time, so we will add public game object, and we can name it game over panel, or whatever name you can assign. And we will add one another variable for sound. So we will say public audio source, and we will name it time audio, or whatever name you can assign. So that's it. Now we'll come to start function, and we will say that in the beginning our current time should be equal to starting time. So we'll say current time should be equal to starting time. Okay, and one more thing, we can assign a value to starting point here, initial value, for example 10f, and we can definitely manipulate this value inside editor. So we'll add this starting time value, and then in update function what we will say that current time should be the starting time should be minus. Okay, so with every second. So for that we will write here current time minus equal to 1 multiply by time dot delta time. Okay, and time dot delta time we will just add for smoothing out the time functionality. So here we will say countdown text dot text equal to that. We can we will change the countdown time, and here we can say remaining time, and plus current time dot to string, because we will change the time to string, then it will be displayable. Okay, so here in curly braces we will write 0. Okay, so now we will add a if condition, if, and we will say current time is less than or equal to 0, then what we want to do. So here we will say current time should be equal to 0, because if we didn't add current time to 0, then what will happen, it will count in -1, -2 like this. Okay, so we'll limit it to 0. So after 0 it will be it will not play. So here we will say game over game over panel, and we have added time audio. So we'll say time audio dot play, and because we want to play the audio, and then we will say game over panel dot set active, and we will say true. Okay, and then we will say time dot time scale equal to 0f. So with this function our game will be paused. Okay, so our car will be will stop, and then it will not move in moving condition. Okay, so that's it. We have written the script successfully, and now we will apply this script to our game. So here we will create a first of all we will create a UI element. So in RCC canvas we will click UI, and we will add a text, and here this text name we will change to counter, for example, and here we will add time remaining and 0. Okay, so now we will press F to zoom into counter, and here we will make it white. Also we will make its size to something like 36, and also we will change the font. So now we'll make it overflow, and now we can put it on the top. So we will move it here in top, and then we will make it anchor to top middle. Okay, so now we will create another empty game object, and here what we can do, we can just rename it to timer or whatever else you can name it, and then we will add our script to this object, time limit. Now you can see that we have starting time 10, countdown text, and we will drag drop this text over here. Okay, game over panel, and we didn't have game over panel and time audio, so we will create another panel for game over. So what we will do, in RCC canvas we can create another panel, and for this panel, yeah, I think we have this UI elements, textures, and science fiction, and then this panel. Okay, that's nice. So here we can make it a little dark red, so we can decrease the opacity, and now because game over is a bad thing, so we have changed the color to red. So here inside panel we will just rename the panel to game over, and then we will create a text inside this panel, and text, and we will say game over. Okay, and we'll say game over text. Then again we will change its size, etc. And size should be bigger, 90 maybe, and yeah, that's nice. Now maybe a little bit more big, and then we will add two buttons here for replaying the game and quitting the game. So what we can do here inside sprites, I think we don't have buttons. We have this button, and yeah, we have the buttons theme as well. Okay, that we will create UI button, and we will name this button to replay, and you can add some icons as well for replay and quit, so that will be more better. So anyhow, in this case we are just changes the mesh, we will change the mesh to this button mesh, and then we will make it bigger to something like 4. I think the icon will be more nicer, so we will just go to documents, and I have some older games, so we will find some icons here. Yeah, replay and quit. So we will bring it here, and then we will make these icons 2D, apply, and then we will select a replay button, and we will change the mesh of this icon, the image of this icon. So here we'll make it to 160, and then I think 100 is nice, and then we will duplicate this button. And we will name it quit, and here we will change the sprite of this button as well. Okay, so now in play mode you can see our game, our screen and replay and quit buttons are there. Okay, so that's nice. Now we can hide this game over panel, and in next video we will do programming for this replay and quit button. Okay, so here, although that's not too much difficult, and we can also, yeah, we can replay the game from the main menu as well. Okay, so for that purpose we already have loading bar script. We will use that. So here we can hide this panel, and before that I think we will add the that script as well. So we will create an empty, and here we will say loading object or any other name you can assign, and from here we will select loading bar component, and again there is loading screen slider and progress text, and we will create that things as well. So panel, I will create it as I already have showed this process. So we have added the loading screen as well. So I will just hide this screen, and now in loading object we will place our screen here, slider here, and progress text here. Okay, so I already have described this in loading bar section. So that's nice. Now we will what we will do in replay button, we will just check the build setting, and you can see that we have main menu on 0. Okay, so here what we will do here in on click function, we will just add this loading object here, and from loading bar we will select 0. Okay, so it will move to 0 level, the first level. And here in quit function, I think we have a quit function written in loading object, so I will just see loading bar and quit application function. Yeah, that's available, so we will select that as well. So now our game, our panel is ready. Now what we will do, we will just select this panel and we will hide this panel. Okay, so now we will select the timer, and here we have game over panel. We will drag this panel over here, and time audio, we should add some losing audio, so we will select audio source, and here we will say lose audio. We will uncheck this play on awake option, and then we will find some audio here. So I think here is win sound, event 1, and we don't have some audio. I think this is event 1. For time we will add this audio, and later on we will change the audio. Okay, so lose audio, and I will add this event 1. So now if we save the game and if we run the game, hopefully it will work fine. So let's see, play the game, and there is no error, I hope. So now you will see that time, we will have some time here. So you can see time, remaining time 7, 6, like this, and when it reaches to 0, and on 0 nothing happens. And why? Because value cannot be null. Okay, I think we have some mistake. Okay, this is not the related error. Okay, unassign. Just we will recheck the script, and current time equal to 0 or less than 0, then it should be set active true. Everything is fine actually, but I don't know why it's not working. So let's select the timer, and we don't have added the time audio. Yeah, so I think audio is playing first, so that's why we are getting error. So lose audio, and then we will recheck. It should work actually, and let's see. Okay, yeah, so now you can see that our game is paused, and we have this game over. And then if we replay the game, it will load the main menu. Okay, so that's nice. We have created our game over function, and I will also pause the audio actually when we win this game. Okay, so that thing we will learn in next video. Goodbye.